caught this nice blanket here by the head and the caster mount set right here. I was just with you a few minutes ago and walked up to my other set down here and turned my camera off because I got there and my 330 was gone. And the wire wasn't busted off the stick or anything. So I honestly don't know what happened. If somebody came along the bank, you know, and spotted the beaver and stole it, or what the deal is. I'm gonna reset this 330 here, and then I'm gonna just go up and down the river here quick and make sure that the beaver isn't laying along the rushes someplace. I use brand new wire, so I don't possibly see how he could have busted it. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna reset this and we'll take a look. Hey, I promised you guys a trapping video for the springtime here. My buddy here's trapping my buddy Dave in Minnesota. We got a small creek that's dammed up down here, and the beaver got a few runs up and down. We got 4 sets here. We just got the first set, and got a beaver. I don't know how big it is. It's about a medium, not a real big one. What I'm gonna do here is pull it out of the trap and reset the trap for you real quickly. Put the safeties on. Whenever I set my conibears, you have this safety here that tends to slide down possibly, but I put a little piece of stovepipe wire on here. I wrap it around the trigger. Every time I set the top trap, the safety will not go off. Prevent your trap from firing on the top side. It's a good tip for any of you beaver trappers out there. Another thing is a lot of people use setters, which is fine. I don't. It was more of an inconvenience to me than anything. Just got to have the proper leverage to get your beaver out of the trap. Not a big beaver, but a beaver nonetheless. I know there's lots of people that set traps different ways, and everybody has their own way, which is fine with me because we all know there's 100 different ways to catch everything. What I personally do, I'll set my conibear. So, trigger going here. Now you guys can't see this, but I just have a shallow run going into the bank, and I actually took a dead stick and blocked off each side of the run to guide this beaver into the trap. I took my bottom safety off, took my top safety off. I'm going to wire this safety up. That way it doesn't slide down. It takes 2 seconds. And trust me, after all the beaver I've caught, it saves a lot. I run my stick right through the trap here. Now I'm just gonna kind of show you this above the water, because you won't be able to see it, but what I'll do is I'll push the stake in the ground, the trap will be sitting just like this in the run. Blocking off sticks will be here and here to channel the beaver through. This trap can swing back and forth. So what I do is I'll take a dead stick and I'll run it right between the jaws of the trap like this, down into the bottom. Then this trap can't swivel. I refer to that as a, well, I call it a swivel stick, but it's really an anti-swivel stick. So, I'm going to put this trap back in here, just like that. Make sure and wire your trap up good. This tree looks little, but as long as you wire it to the base of the tree, not even really big beavers in that pull it out. Put this anti-swivel stick in. Here we go. Alright. We'll do some more checks. Hopefully me and Dave are on the same trick that I just caught a beaver on here. One set back. Got another one here. I mean, when you're trapping open water like this, and the runs are really shallow, it's so easy to catch these beaver. I mean, they have no place to go, and you're not trapping through the ice, and you can see the bottoms of the runs. Looks like another smaller beaver. There's got to be some larger ones in here someplace. We got one set left on the other side. Let's see what that one looks like. Later on here in a little bit, we got some snares and stuff set out in other places. So we'll catch the next set. You can shut it off down here. All right. This is the last check on our line today. We have 6 beaver so far, and we've had 7 fired traps. We had one that was empty, probably had a rat swim through it, but 6 out of 7 isn't bad. You can't tell here, but you can see the beaver on here and the peeled sticks. Yesterday this was wide open, and behind us here covered is the beaver lodge. At this time last year in Minnesota, I was actually working, and it was summertime out, and the grass was growing, and it was 70 degrees. So that just shows you what kind of temperature swings you can have here. So I set 2 traps here yesterday, Chicana bears, both in runs from the house. There's one over here and one over here, and it appears that the sticks on both of these have been tampered with or messed up a little bit. I don't know. I'm hoping that means beaver. But to anyone that has trapped beaver before, it could also mean a sprung trap. Got this out. Here's my swivel stick, I believe. Here's my stake. Feel something in there. Now I couldn't tell how big this house was, but I was thinking there were just a couple adults in here. There could be small ones. We haven't caught a real big one yet today, so I was really hoping this last piece would produce, at least a 60-inch beaver. And this is actually a big beaver, I believe. It's not a 60-pounder, but looks like it's an extra large. Oh yeah, that's a nice sized beaver there. There we go. Got that beaver coming in from someplace. There's a lot of snow along the shoreline here, so that means that they definitely probably have bank runs here someplace. Caught this one again in a Belial 330 body grip. We'll take this one out here and set the trap down. Go over and check this out. A lot of people carry setters. I've mentioned this before, and that's really easy for them. I do a lot of walking, and I don't carry a lot of stuff with me. I carry a small sled. It's just a little less for me to carry, and as you can see properly, even with a really nice powerful 330 like this, you can easily press the spring yourself. I've actually been doing this by hand. Runs, but this one here is only a couple feet deep. This next definitely in trouble when I made these sets yesterday. I'm gonna stretch this one out a little bit. Stiff. Throw him up here. Top of the house here, Dave. You won't fall in this time, I promise. Dave took a small dip on our last trek, or the last house we had set. So we're trying to keep it dry today. Alright, yesterday, I mean, you can see all the field sticks here in this run. Very shallow, very easy run to set. And these sticks were straight up and down yesterday. Hopefully we got another beaver here, and hopefully it's another big one. Let's see here. There's my anti-swivel stick. Oh, look at that. You got a beaver, but it's a small one. So, that means we'll reset these traps. I actually got both these beaver coming in. So there must be a couple bank runs out there where they're traveling back and forth. I tried to find them yesterday, but when the snow's 3 and 4 feet deep along the shoreline, it's really hard to find them. But as long as I keep making these sets and checking them every day, when I trap beaver, I check brand new traps. I check them every day for at least 3 days to clean the beaver out. Here at 330s, you do not have to check them every single day in Minnesota. After 3 days, I check them every 2 days, and after about 6 days, I will pull the traps. I'll have most of the beaver cleaned out of here. Tomorrow, I'm sure we'll have another one or another two open. So our final tally for today is 8 beaver, and that's out of 9 traps that were fired. I've told people that every trap that's fired, you're hoping you have a beaver in it, but you never know what happens. If it's a muskrat or otters can swim through your conibears and even make it through. There's enough beer sets. So, but anyway. 8 out of 9 ain't bad. I think we'll shoot some more video tomorrow. I'll probably be out here by myself, but we'll get her done. Thanks. Hey folks, back out of my line again, of course. There's can't really see it from here, or even unless you get up close. There's a lodge built in the bank here. And the beaver have a bank den down here. You can see it from a mile away. I actually got here yesterday, and there's a trail up there, and there's a beaver up here chewing trees off when I come walking down. So I set a trap in there, and there's nothing in that one today. But then I set another trap over here in this run in the lodge, and I can feel the trap is fired. Oh, let me pull the stake out first of the trap. Came off nicely. Hopefully it's a nice sized beaver. The one I saw up on the bank up there chewing trees yesterday was pretty nice size too. Get that ice off my chain. There we go. Oh. I did get it by the head here, so, oh yeah, it's not a giant beaver, but it's probably an extra large. The one that I saw chewing the trees down yesterday was definitely much bigger than this one. Let's see here, got this one by the head coming out of the house. Sweet deal. Another beaver for the pile. So, got some more traps down the road, of course. I'll be checking them and shooting some more video for you guys if I get any more beaver. So, we'll see you down the road. Alright. Back again with my daughter Kenna. We're out on our Minnesota trap line. You know, there'll be some video footage in this segment, I'll call it, that we were out here yesterday, and in those video clips you couldn't hear what I was saying. It was like cold out and blustery out, and now we're out here today and the sun is shining. It's like 35 degrees. Couldn't be nicer out. I mean, we just checked this trap here. I just checked the trap. It feels like we have a beaver in it. I don't know if it's big or small or not. We caught a couple out of here yesterday that weren't very big, so I'm hopefully expecting a big one today in one of these sets. This is actually a pretty deep run. Here's my swivel stick. You can see that's about 4 feet long or so. And my stake. Well, if you do the math in your head, okay, there's the top of the water where the stake is, and you gotta imagine how deep that run is. Well, when you get in the water with these waders, the hole in this house is right at the bottom. It's only about a foot tall, so I make sure the trap's on the bottom to guard that run, and they're not going to go over it. They're not going to get around it for the most part. So, you know, it's all about trap placement is a really key thing here. As long as you get in the right spot, as long as, you know, the run could be 1 foot deep, it could be 4 feet deep. As long as you get in the right spot, you're going to do okay. There's another little guy out of this set here that makes 3 small ones out of this place so far. I got this beaver coming out of the run. I can tell by my trigger placement here. They're coming out of the lodge. We got 2 more sets to check at this place here. So I'm going to pull this beaver out of the trap and reset it. And then, so we'll get back to you on the next set. Alright, here we are again. Was just with you guys a couple minutes ago on the other side of the beaver house. Caught a small one over there. Strange difference. Run over there is 4 feet deep. Run on this side of the house is about 1.5 feet deep. Chop this trap out here. I think we might have a beaver in this one too. Hopefully we connect with one of the big ones. Trapping around the lodge itself, you get a lot of small beaver, you know, that's fine. If you set like baited pole sets out around the feed pile, you usually connect with bigger beaver that way. But me, there's so many beaver around this area. I know a lot of people will try to leave seed, you know, for other days and stuff. In the area where I trap in Minnesota, it's known as the land of 10,000 lakes, and I would say 50,000 beaver. There's so many beaver around here. I trap the same spots every year, and there's always beaver there the next year because there's so many potholes back in the woods here where there's beaver living at where nobody gets to. So all they do is every spring they move out into the same ponds every year. So what I'm going to do is pull my short little swivel stick here, pull that out, pull my stake out, and pull my beaver out. Oh, look at that, another small one. Gosh, small ones are flowing like water around here today. Huh? Got this beaver coming into the house. So, and you know, another thing I can tell you, there's a run in the front of the house here that's very deep. It's probably over 6 feet deep. I got in the water, tried to set it. It's, you know, not only is the hole itself about 4 feet wide, it's about 4 feet tall also. So if you ever run into that, you know, you still don't have problems catching the beaver because you have other sets here. You know, I got a bank run set, 2 sets in the house, another set over there. Even if you don't cover that exact hole, you're still going to catch a lot of beaver, if not the majority of them. So I'm going to pull this beaver out of the trap, and hopefully we'll get a big one yet, one of these last 2 sets. So we'll see you here in a minute. Alright, welcome back to Minnesota. We're out here trapped in this hut still. We were out here a couple days ago, and it was blowing 40 miles an hour and 20 degrees. Yesterday it was beautiful and sunny and 40. And today it's a mix. It's 40 and snowing quite a bit. We checked all the other traps here. There's nothing in any of those. We've taken 4 small beaver and 1 large beaver out of here so far. There's got to be 1 big one left someplace. I just checked this trap here now, and I feel there's something in the trap. I don't know if it's a muskrat or a beaver. We're going to pull it out here. Take a look. It's that deep run again. We checked a bunch of the other traps today and have not been very successful. Actually lost a beaver at the last place we were at on a creek. I usually make my own snares, and you know, buying them is easy also, and I bought some, and I had a big beaver and it actually pulled the stopper off the end of the snares, so we lost the beaver because of that. So, you know, whoever made the snare must not have crimped the stopper on the end good enough. But anyway, we'll pull this out and see what we got here. Go, another little beaver. That's number 5 for small ones out of this house, and one about 60 pounds yesterday. I'll reset this trap. I'm gonna assume there's one big beaver left in here someplace. Hopefully we get it. And I'll reset this trap, and then we got one more place to check after this. Hopefully we'll get some more catches there, and we'll see you there. Here we are today, back at the beaver hut we set yesterday. Still got a couple bank ends down there to check. I see there's nothing in this conibear here, but when I took a look here, I noticed my sticks were missing. So I'm just going to guess beaver. I can see my trap is sprung down there, but there's a mistake. There's a trap wire. That feels kind of tight. We got, there it is. Nice beaver. Get off of there. Oh yeah, there you go, folks. What do you think of that? Oh, not a monster, but probably an extra large. There we go, that's a nice beaver. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this beaver here, and we'll go down and check those other traps. If I have the other beaver down there, we're going to pull these traps, and that'll be it for this place. We'll see you there.